everybody want to be a boss. Right? Everybody want to be a boss. And I'll say this. Let me say this, because we have a lot of people that have the boss mentality, right? They have the boss mentality, but I tell people all the time, you're not a boss until you have people on payroll, right? And if you look up the definition, that's exactly what it says. You basically employ people. That is the definition of a boss. So with that being said, myself, even with being in the barbershop, I'm not in that position. So I want to know from you, because you do have a team that you have on payroll, right?
Right.
Okay. So what is, and this is, like I said, this is definitely informative and definitely educational for me. What is the hardest thing about employing people? Because I'm not there. I'm not there yet. And I truly want to know, because, even with the podcast, at some point in time, I want to get to the point to where I'm able to hire a team,
Right.
and to be able to produce more high quality podcasts, and to where it'll pretty much take a lot of pressure off of me from doing a lot of different things. So what's the biggest thing with that, man, and as far as employing people?
Number one, and I hate to say this, but we're in a time that nobody wants to work.
Yeah.
So that's number one. Two, because nobody wants to work, I have to change my mindset on who I hire.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I had certain characteristics I was looking for to hire, and now it's switched to whoever wants to work.
Right. Yeah.
It's like I had these limitations that I set for myself, and then you're like, no, I just gotta hire whoever wants to work at this point. It doesn't, as long as they can work, they want to work, and they can do the job, that's who I'm going to hire. But aside from that, the employee is never going to care for your baby like you do. And I'll say this, man. I work, like I said, I told you I work for a lot of offices.
Mm-hmm.
And some of those people, during my time there, I thought they were jerks.
Right.
And even now, looking back, some of them are definitely jerks, right? But I understand a little bit. Well, no, I understand why they are the way they are.
Right.
Because they care for their baby, and they were trying to get me to care for their baby as much as they did.
Yeah.
But the only reason I still say they're jerks is because of how they
went about doing it.
Right. The way they put that message out. But nobody is going to care for your baby like you. So if you're an entrepreneur, and going back to what you're saying about being a boss, I figured out there is a difference between being a entrepreneur and self-employed, right? I'm the only doctor I have on staff now. I have someone helping me with the schedule and everything, but I'm the only doctor on staff right now. And for me, I'm trying to get to the point with the brick and mortar of being the entrepreneur, where I don't have to be the doctor.
Exactly.
Right now, I'm self-employed. So if I don't work, there's no money generated.
Right.
Whereas with the entrepreneur, if you will, when they're not present, the money's still rolling.